But Hello everyone and welcome to SuperJump, the Inkling Performance Labs Major. I am Cater and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yes, good morning. It's 9 in the morning, or well, 8 for Cater, and we're commentating. And today we're going to be saying B versus Socks over Crocs.
Socks over Crocs is a horrible fashion choice, by the way. Like, I don't know why you would want to do that. It's terrible. Don't do that.
I've seen people at my school do it. It's pretty funny.
Over Crocs?
Yeah. No, wait, socks. Oh, wait.
Yes, I'm saying over.
I thought it was like you wore socks with wait.
No, that's bad enough.
I just realized that.
Over. Did you think it said socks under Crocs this whole time?
Yep. Anyway, so looking at our team sheet that these teams have thankfully filled out the form.
Oh yeah.
B is going to be running a Neo Splash. And it's some sort of support weapon with Drago on either H3, N-Zap, or Splattershot Jr. So our usual armor support, those are the armor versions. Revo is, according to this, plays both Tetra variants, which I'm really excited for. Ooh. And Griffey is on Splatterscope. Oh
boy, yeah, there's a whole range of
October Crocs is going to be like a K-Shot, K-Gal type on Grey Guru, and then a C-Jet, Heavy Scalding, your beloved, on Bronze, and then a K-Machine, and a Splattershot Jr. And we're going to be going on to Rainmaker on Snapper Canal, which is, well, certainly a C-Jet map, everything else aside.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I really hope I get to see Bronze in that C-Jet. Always love to see their gameplay. And, also Ethereal on that K-Machine. It's been a while since I've seen them play, but I do remember very good things about them. We've got pretty much...
Bamboo coming out, too.
Yeah, not exactly...
That's a Mark II as well, so we're going to see Toxic Mist and Burst Bomb Launcher, which I really like, especially the pick of Toxic Mist on Rainmaker. It's a really great way to, like, stop a push. Just, like, so the Rainmaker can't move if it's, like...
You're a Dapple's Nouveau player. Of course you like Toxic Mist.
Ooh, Bronze. Nice pick there.
Oh yeah, using the C-Jet's long range, I mean, that's one of my favorite things about this weapon, and so that means that we've got Socks over Crocs with the first pick here, and Bronze is also going to pop a very aggressive Ray here. That's 2 down on both sides now, actually, and so the Rainmaker gets stopped, not before it gets all the way to 39, though, which is a rather nice push, especially because that was just, you know, in the first 30 seconds of this game.
Yeah, I'm like still half awake, and I barely processed that they're at 39 right now. Yeah, we see Elliot going for a kick on that machine. It's gonna get called up on all 3 members of Socks over Crocs, and Socks over Crocs is ticking down. They're going for the pesto, but okay, yeah, B was stuck chasing the Rainmaker, and they barely managed to catch up, getting it one, but they're gonna have to KO now. I'm not saying they can't, but this is gonna be hard for them.
Oh yeah,
Tetra's getting a kick on the machine, popping the splash down cancel.
Yeah, chasing the Rainmaker is never a good position to be in because you got to catch up to it, and often you've got people ahead of Rainmaker inking a path, but making it all harder to do that. But now we've got B on the aggressive. They've made it all the way back to mid, and they're looking for a push. But we've got a lot of the members of Socks over Crocs on them right now. That Ray, all of those bombs, and with that, they go 3 down as well. So that push is not going to go very far before Socks over Crocs just immediately picks it back up. And with the splashdown for the K-Machine online, the rest of the specials coming in very soon. It's likely that they're going to try and turn this into another push. You saw the nice placement of the Toxic Mist from the Bamboo, too, but it really didn't do much to stop them because of just everything that's going on right now. Oh yeah, Burst Bomb Launcher coming out, but we've got the side of Petal and Tugboat.
I got confused.
Oh, which is Burst Bombs.
I think that was just the splash throwing burst bombs.
That's fair, but
and that's the KO.
Yeah, Socks over Crocs taking it to the KO. Unfortunately, B just not really able to make that comeback because as soon as they tried to, Socks over Crocs just immediately grabbed the Rainmaker and, well, took it there.
Yeah, we see the vast difference in KO with Bronze actually leading KA. I'm willing to bet almost all of those were actual kills too, because it's not like there's going to be a bunch of armor assists or anything.
Yes, Stingray!
Really stellar performance by that Sting. Yeah, that Stingray was amazing too. And we're going to be going on to Pit Clams, which is also I'm not expecting any comp changes because that Bamboo with that mist, Clams is my other favorite time to run mist, especially if you can throw a lot of it out. Because you just deny so much area, and the Clam carriers can move so fast, faster than the Rainmaker, but if you get them in mist. And C-Jet's going to be awesome this map as well, because Ray. We could run B-Jet.
That's fair. Either one would work here. Yeah, this map is just one long line. And so, like you said, stuff like Bamboo, and C-Jet, which actually, I mean, kind of line of sight is a really big thing for those weapons, especially if you're going to take advantage of C-Jet's huge amount of range. So a long linear map like Pit is really, really useful. I mean, I think Pit is the only map that's shaped like this that is really seen widely in tournaments, because, you know, you've got Walleye, you've got Port, you've got Arowana, but all of those really are disliked by the community, and for good reason. Pit at least, like, has those conveyors, has some open areas.
The conveyors are what I'd like to point out here, especially if you're talking about line of sight. Those conveyors screw up line of sight so much.
Do,
because
completely.
If you're good, you can get fall-off kills. The angles are manageable, but it's going to, compared to something like Walleye, or especially Port, those sight lines, the shorter range weapons do have a chance against the backlines because they can use the conveyors to maneuver and generally don't have to worry as much about just being constantly in line of sight. However, that doesn't matter for Stingray, because you're always in the line of sight of Stingray because it shoots through everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, Port, Walleye, those maps being basically flat with only a little bit of terrain.
Ooh, and the H3!
Ooh, and Gluga Deco! I'm really excited to see those. Yeah, I mean, we did see a couple of changes. We got that switch to the MK1 as well, so we're going to be seeing curling bombs as well as Tenta missiles come out of that. Excited to see what that brings us. And then, like you said, we've got the H3D coming out, so that's their armor weapon of choice. And right away, we're going to see that Neo Splash on B go down. Very quick, dominant from Socks over Crocs. You see how much purple they're putting down on the map already. And Real getting a very nice fall pick. That's why I love K-Machine. And then we've got Gregory already there, already getting the power clamp in not just 30 seconds in the game. And that was a delayed wipe on B as well, so they're going to take this opportunity to get just so many more clams and all the way down to 48 already, and only one member down.
Yes, and I really like that Gluga pick out of E, because the walls are going to help if they can stay alive. And it looks like they're finally cleaning up. Yeah, okay, that clam was looking pretty close. But now we see B's get back into mid. They're going to be careful though, because Bronze is already there. They're not close to their Ray yet, but they are there, and Machine's there as well. Elliot's in a big, not great situation here, getting crossfired, using those burst bombs to really move effectively out. But eventually does go down, tried to play a little too aggressive without any teammate support. The Bronze is pushing up pretty aggressively here, backing off against the Bamboo because they know if they get in the fight with the Bamboo, they're not going to win. But now they're pulling a Stingray out, which is going to effectively pin down the members of B and leave a wide opening for Socks over Crocs, doing a really good job just forcing their opponents in that corner, because that's the other thing on this map. It's long and linear, but it gets so tight in all of the areas, really. Definitely. So a move like that was amazing.
Yeah, and that was also a wipe on B right before this, and Socks over Crocs is going to take full advantage of that. Already picks are going, and they've got it down to 10, and they still have some small clams left. They've got it down to 4 now, but they need clams. You see some spawn back in mid, so Bronze is going to get the 2 required for them, and that right there is going to be another KO for Socks over Crocs.
Yes, really good job. I saw them pass clams up again. That was really good.
Yeah,
I would like to see B put up a bit more of a fight. I really want to see those Glugas in action, but Socks over Crocs was just like, okay, you changed your comp, we're just gonna roll you.
Bronze again leading in KA, and we didn't see too much of them on Spec Cam this match around, but it was still really nice. I mean, again, you saw them take full advantage of Jet's extremely long range, which is really helpful. You know how Pit has those like overhang type deals over the clam basket?
Right.
Them just shut down anyone that tried to go up there with the Jet's range, because it can reach all the way up there.
The thing is, especially the 2 backlines they were running, the Bamboo will have the advantage when it's in range of the other shots.
Oh yeah, but when it's in range, that's the important
backs up and Bamboo. And now we're going to be moving on to Splat Zones and Humpback. I'm not expecting to see that C-Jet anymore. I'm thinking it's likely they're going to pull out the heavy remix, because Zones, Humpback, and Booyah just is so great for capping the zone.
Yeah, I'd love to see how those point sensors come into play. I mean, as a heavy remix player myself, I think point sensors are really underrated sub. Again, I mean, I think we've talked about this before in previous streams, but like, you know, if a Slayer is censored, or some other weapon that relies on the element of surprise to get its picks, it's not gonna go in because it knows people are gonna be able to see them. And so really, those sensors just kind of force people to stop taking fights for a little bit.
I mean, stop taking fights. If they've got a teammate, they can still do it, but it forces them to have backup, and it forces them to play a little more sport. Like, if you censor Junior, they're just gonna paint. But if you censor, like,
Like a
say a roller. It's one of the best counters against rollers and brushes, besides just outpainting them. And we're going to see the Tri-Slasher come out as well. Really nice choice because and the leader comes out. Now Heavy is gonna have a fun time.
Yeah. We all know how that matchup is.
Sniper, Splatling. Splatling gets the element surprise maybe, but Charger just says no. And one member already going down for B. They're splashed down. They're gonna lose a lot of paint already. The Tetras are back out instead of Glugas, which makes sense because Glugas do not paint much at all. But we see Reavers going in, got the armor. They're going for picks, but they get through. And they're gonna have it open. They got the rain coming out as well from that lead leader, and they're going to get points on the board for I think the first time this set. They might have got some points that
they got match. They got 8 points in the rain.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's gonna be a very short-lived cap though.
Yeah.
And the bomb pick.
Beautiful. I mean, we saw that double bomb come out of the junior there. One bomb in front, one bomb behind, and you're pincer. But I did want to talk about a little bit about how B managed to get that. I mean, the Tetras getting that pick, that's basically the job of Tetras because you saw they got out alive and they also diverted 2 other members' attention for them. And that's basically exactly what the point of Tetras is to do. And through here on the Tri-Slasher, trying to just ledge camp that leader also succeeds 3 down on the side of B now. And that's going to be back in control of Socks over Crocs, which I don't even know if they lost it. And so that timer is just going to relentlessly tick down because they have absolutely 0 penalty points, and with the armor coming out as well for both sides, so that makes it a little bit more even. See that points that we were talking about, these Tetras just barely avoiding it. O.F.B.O coming out as well, but we're almost under 15. Oh, that Tetras going down is just really, really bad for B.
We see the rain and the bomb coming, and the bomb launcher coming out. It's not beat up because Junior. But no, it's gonna be real close here. And they get Cap! And the Drago looks like they got a sneaky, just like junior spread pick on someone.
Yeah, the Cap
really
and
nice
the light.
last-ditch effort here. And I don't know if any of the members are running LDE, but if it is, it's going to be full effect, which is their one advantage right now.
Last-ditch effort. Get it?
If it is their last-ditch effort, yes. That's right.
Yeah, they are in their element now. It's almost as if like they work better under pressure. We've got Griffin here taking such an aggressive position on the zone. Absolutely love to see E-leaders do this because with their huge amount of range, they get afforded full pressure over this area. You can see that Splatling behind there trying to do something against the leader, but that leader is watching. They have the Booyah Bomb though, so that's definitely
bomb launcher as well. That's going to be almost certainly. Yeah. But they don't quite cap. It's still going, and they keep the zone. But no, they got one member going down. The rain comes out, but it's not quite quick enough. So it looks like the Tetra is getting one pick. It's going to come back for B, but they've still got a long way to go. They're going to need to get this pick here. And they get the... what? Did someone jump out and someone else die? Or the jumper die and it was just... I don't know what happened. The Tetra's the only one up, but it's a 2v1. But they're gonna get cancelled. Yeah, that splashdown was really obvious, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but they're still in this, and they're putting up an excellent fight. I think they still could win, but they're going to be really careful. They're going to need to win their fights. They've got only a little less than 2 minutes left.
No, definitely. It's a whole nother, we need to KO this game. And they certainly got within range of it with that 22, but after that penalty got applied to them, it's going to be a lot harder. And that penalty, speaking of penalty, that penalty for Socks over Crocs is going down, but Ron unfortunately dying to the bomb there. We've got specials coming out, the section bomb rush, the rain, Ethereal here on the try, using that fall off. This is why try is absolutely wonderful. But we have Elliot coming right back with that pick on them. So one down, well, pretty much one down on both sides because one on B just respawn. But we do have B in control of the zone, and they are also taking down that penalty. Unfortunately, with the splash going down, that Booyah Bomb coming out is going to make it a lot harder with that armor as well. 3 down now, and that's going to let control of the zone flip back over to Socks.
Drago's effectively jumping out right there. Really good move because they would have got so badly pinned if they tried to stay in that little hump there.
We've got special coming online though.
Yeah, they definitely could break in right now, but I'm not sure they'll be able to because looking at all the bomb pressure coming and the specials online for Socks over Crocs, this is going to be very difficult. We've got bomb launchers online on both sides. The one Elliot's comes out but doesn't get it, and the leader goes down. The try getting another pick, and I think that, but the splash down, and that's gonna get it. And it's really just gonna come down whether the try goes down or not. But they don't, and the members of B are trapped, and that jump is wide open. It still stays alive. The fall off not quite be enough. A trade coming up between the try and the Dark Tetris. Bombs going down on zone. Bronze is doing the best they can, but they're getting pressure. They're gonna have to back. And remember going down, this is B's last chance to cap. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get the cap. They got the bombs coming out. They forced Talks over Crocs back into the zone, and the rain's coming out. This is their last chance, but the tries in zone. The tries got another pick. It's 3 down for B, and that's going to be the game. And the Booyah finishing it off.
Yeah,
and that jump cap.
GG Booyah out of Socks over Crocs to take this set 3-0. And, I mean, you said you wanted to see a fight back from B, and that is exactly what they did. We definitely saw a much closer game in this one.
I lost my mouse.
Unfortunate.
I've got 2 windows and I can't find the cursor. Oh no.
Ethereal leading here.
Wait, where is it? Okay, good thing this is touchscreen.
Ethereal leading here with the 19 KA.
Actually, where's my mouse?
We saw how many picks
my mouse turned off. That's what happened. My mouse auto off. It's a Bluetooth.
We did see how many picks Ethereal got in that game, though. I mean, try on Humpback. That's pretty much the pinnacle of Slosher on Humpback right there.
They could have put an Arrow MG. I would have been pretty that much.
Are we going back to Riptide now?
Or sorry, Arrow RG. PG? Oh. No, PG, the Booyah one. Whatever. There's letters. Hard.
Letters are hard. You can just say the color of them.
Yeah, the bronze one.
Yes.
Which would be fitting for the team with the member named Bronze. But okay.
It would be indeed. We did not unfortunately see that, but I can definitely see that coming out on Zone's Humpback.
That said, I think we're going to go into a short break while we wait for our next match. It might be a bit considering we saw 3 pretty considerable... 2 quick KOs and then this 3rd match that was well fought. And, yeah. Sorry, someone's yelling in the background.
Hello everyone and welcome back to SuperJump! We are here with round 2 of Wave A. I'm pretty sure I'm Kater and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yes, and we're going to be seeing MonickER versus Valhalla. I'm really excited to see Valhalla especially, because they, I believe, almost won loading a few months back, maybe even almost a year back now, actually, hold up.
Long time.
Time flies. But they often have a double roller comp, but a notable one. Where they'd run a Splat Roller, a K-Dynamo, either a Charger or a Splatling backline, and then a Zapper or a Junior. So they'd have armor, they'd have, like, double backline, and then the roller just ran around and kills everyone. I really like that strategy.
Yeah, I mean, having the... yeah, I'm just really excited to see how that works out. Especially on the maps that we've got coming up is probably going to be very, very interesting. We're starting off on Tower Control on Starfish main stage, which not sure how that fares for rollers actually, seeing as I don't play roller, but should be interesting to see how that Dynamo fares actually. I mean, you've got a couple of high points, but really it's just a lot of low ground, big open areas.
Yeah, and their opponents, MonickER, are running more standard comp. We've got a player playing like K-Pro, Jed, Shot, Flings and K52 on one member, which is really interesting. And someone else running K-Rapids for Brella, the support player, and then Sniper, Brella, and Slosher on their last player, which I don't know if they're in the room.
They've got multiple Brella players, which is... I've never seen that before.
That's pretty cool, though.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really excited. They've got a lot of variation they can pull out in their comp, and I'll just see how they deal with Valhalla, assuming Valhalla brings out what we think they're going to bring out. That defensive comp. I watched the last time they were in loading finals. I don't remember what the other team was, but it was a nightmare for them to have to fight that. They won, but it was hard.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's certain comps you can win against them, sure. It's just kind of painful, you know? And,
you see Umbrella? So both teams are running double sort of backline, with the Dynamo and the Swiffer falling into that like pseudo backline, and then the Jet and the Charger pulling out as the actual backline. That's a double Stingray comp coming out of Valhalla with the V-Scope and the V-Dynamo.
You rarely see V-Dynamo anymore. This is not necessarily the pick I expected, but it's definitely welcome. Like you said, that Stinger is going to be very cool. Wug here is going in for a flank, gets the pick on sleeves there, going for more as well. So much pressure on that Charger right now. I mean, I don't even know how they're still alive. Finally, they just get smacked by the Dynamo. That's going to be 3 down on MonickER to start off this game. We got Stingray on...
You got scissored. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, just getting absolutely destroyed like plank.
If you can't take one ray down, just put on another ray, I guess, and that's gonna take Valhalla past that first checkpoint there. I mean, we're not getting the double roller here, but double Stingray's a fine trade-off in my opinion.
Yeah, the double roller, which I can understand given its tower control and the like.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, roller.
And finally, Valhalla's push is done.
Yeah, to 46, but I mean that Stingray play was absolutely amazing, just popping both at the same time. I feel like the CJ just didn't know what hit them.
I mean, they probably didn't. They were like, wait, 2 rays?
Yeah, they were like,
looking for a pick with their K-Pro, but they're going to be cut off and forced to back up. The MonickER does have the player advantage here right now with 1 more member up and armor at the ready as well. They can push here, but they're being very careful. I don't think they know Wug's up here. Let's get a little closer. I've done that move multiple times actually. I'm really excited to see how it's going to work out. And see if they do get stuck. Last time they blew the game wide open with that flank. Instead, another member of Valhalla just go down. Another one dropping as well. That's 2 down for Valhalla. The looks the umbrella of MonickER has gone down as well. So it's still going to be a bit contested, but MonickER is moving up pretty easily with 3 members up. And 4 fire goes down, and the rays coming out. The Wug also went down. The umbrella's going to go down. It's going to be 3 down situation for MonickER.
Well, got a double there despite going down themselves, which is a very nice trade-off, especially in that sort of defensive situation. You want to get as many people down as possible. The Junior here very nicely avoiding that ray as well, and we've got a
ray trade coming out.
Oh yeah, both that CJ and the Dynamo are down right now, so 3 up on both sides. Sleeves here on that Brella's trying to find an opening of some sort. We've got half the game left. They're looking at the flank. They've got somebody watching them though, so they decide to opt out of it. And we do have 2 specials online right now for MonickER, but unfortunately, Sleeve on that Grella is going to go down early before either of them has a chance to use those specials for anything. So Valhalla is going to be the one to gain the upper hand in mid here.
The use of Umbrella is going to be really nice in the tower control situation because they've got the extra trick up their sleeve.
Oh no, they've done that
Just like holding the yeah, they went down. They have the extra trick up their sleeve of just being able to hold their shield up on tower and stay once longer. But when there's 2 Stingrays, well, your shield doesn't mean much of anything because it's Stingray. And it's with 2 members on both sides with 1 more respawning for Valhalla. Valhalla will be able to continue their push. They've got 2 specials in line. I think they're going to extend their lead here, if not more. And they haven't even used their specials yet, still getting another pick. Now they finally have the armor coming out. They've got the bomb rush ready when they want to clear this flat area.
Oh yeah,
very good position. Both weapons are very close to red. We're going to see that deadly double ray come out. The bomb rush as well, already coming out.
Bomb rush is great for area control, as you pointed out. Nobody's gotten down yet, which is pretty interesting, but we've still got, like you said, that double ray online. The Swiffer goes down. There we go, the same double ray, and Cornflower is caught in the middle of it all going down.
And Wug is doing a great job fighting that brawl, forcing them back, and then forcing them for a nice pincer attack with their junior player. And that's going to be Valhalla moving toward that second checkpoint, and they're going to be in a good place to get their lead back. With another 3-down situation, the members are still respawning, and Wug is all the way up there.
Oh yeah, you love to see it. This Wug here on this ledge just being so aggressive right now. Stingray coming to back them up. They're practically spawn camping at this point. I mean, this Grella here is trying to rat them out, but they're just not going to be able to do that. We've got 7-6. And we're in the single digits right now. 3 down on the side of MonickER, and that is going to be the KO.
Yeah, exceptional movement out of Wug there. Doing such a good job fighting the Brella. The Brella just couldn't keep up. They've been able to, like, turn faster. I think it might have worked out, but Wug was just so fast.
I mean, yeah, that's the advantage of Neo Splash. It's a speedy little weapon.
And then we see the Dynamo top fragging, and we have a total of 9 rays coming out for...
Goodness.
And the Dynamo got 6 of those rays as well.
Dynamo
I don't know
6.
what. Dynamo ray spam, new meta. Not 5.5 is gonna be It's gonna be nerfing Siege yet. Are we gonna by a little bit? Are we gonna see a Dynamo ray? Also, it looks like MonickER is going to be making a substitution right now, as they do have 5 players on their team. And we're gonna be moving on to Siege. Yes.
Siege who?
Rainmaker,
I only know
Belly.
V Dynamo. Oh boy. Okay. You know the Stingrays. I would be very surprised if they didn't come out here. I mean, it's Black Belly Rainmaker. Come on. Yeah,
the CS is gonna be great here, and we are going to be. I don't think we'll see a double ray again, just because it's gonna be. I would venture that, especially on a map like Black Belly, how fast it snowballs, the double backline comp's gonna be a bit slow.
Oh yeah.
However, they still could. I don't know. Maybe one of them has a pocket 52 deco or something. V-Clash.
Maybe we could see V Machine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, V Machine as well. There's all sorts of funky Stingray weapons. It's nice to see that V Dynamo, especially because usually you just see either Flatter Scope, V Charger, Hero Spotling, or V Jet. But it's nice when people pull out other Stingray weapons because it's definitely a very different strategy when it's not a true backline that you're running Stingray on, just because it interrupts them playing more aggressively. But it can work, and we saw it work so effectively, especially because a lot of those weapons have, I think, fairly low special costs for Stingray.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and then 52 deco paints like.
Yeah, I've seen people use 52 deco for Stingray spam, especially right after that painting patch first came out. People were experimenting with it and found that the extremely low special cost made for really, really good Stingray spam. I don't believe it's as common as it was when people were just screwing around with it, but it's definitely there if you want to use it. Like you said, I mean, all of those Stingray weapons, they tend not to paint, like, they tend not to be known for their painting, you know, Dynamo or Clash or V Machine. And like you said, having to pop Stingray will interrupt more aggressive weapons like Clash and Machine. They'd have to back up to Stingray from a safe place, but teams can definitely make these weapons work. I mean, I've played V Machine my fair share, and it's a lot of fun as a weapon.
Yeah, I don't think those situations. The only other thing I'd expect is, well, that Neo Splash would be great for, like, popping room shit. This would be an amazing match for Wug to pull out their roller, because tight spaces, curling bombs, splash down. And given the movement we saw out of them, it's gonna be absolutely amazing if they can pull roller out here and just, well, squish.
Oh yeah, roller's fall off is great on this one.
Squishy. The squids you're not squish the squids, or rather squish the squids.
Would you like to squish squids?
Players Splatoon squish squids.
That's pretty much the definition of Splatoon roller players, you know? Just kind of
Always
roll
the
over
fun
people.
time crushed by Carbon Roller. And we see a Flingza coming out, as well as that machine. I really have to pick the fizzies are gonna help them a lot in area control. Between the fizzies and the Flingza, I'm really excited to see. And Bug staying on that splash, and we're gonna see the turd switching over to that armor dynamo. So they're gonna be running a double armor comp on Rainmaker, which is interesting, but I can see why they might not want the double Stingray. They can play a lot faster with this, and they've got more lethal bombs now. And we see that C-Jet coming out as well. So, well, they'll still have plenty of rays.
Yeah, I don't...
What I'd like to note is that, I think maybe because they were worried about getting countered by that double ray, MonickER switched their C-Jet player off. I mean, so now they don't have that push, they don't have any real push-stopping specials that can do it at range aside from the Booyah Bomb, but it's not nearly as effective as Stingray. They still got missiles in Booyah, but compared to that C-Jet's ray, it's going to be so much harder for them to stop the push.
Yeah, I can see why they decided to do that, because, you know, when you're constantly getting double raid, it's not very fun. But Stingray is such a good special on Rainmaker, especially cramped maps with difficult movement like Black Belly. That I can see the reasoning behind their decision, but it's not necessarily one I would get behind. Foxy is all taking it all the way to the left here and assisting in the pick. 2 down now, 3 down, and so that way is going to be completely clear for Valhalla at 1 second bomb. The only thing in the way, and they're going to take that to the KO.
And I believe that's going to be the set as well, because
Yes,
Smash GG had a fun time. So we're doing best of 3 now, because yay.
Yay!
Which is
Smash.GG!
No GGs.
no GGs for Smash.GG. The Dynamo...
Let me just triple check that we are,
Yeah, that Dynamo led in KA
doing that.
and again, it's just... Dynamo is not a very common weapon, especially in really fast-paced modes like Rainmaker that I've seen. So it's really, really nice to see it having a spotlight on it, doing super well. I mean, I've seen my fair share of really cool Dynamo moments, but it's just not as common, and it makes me really happy to see weapons like this being played.
Yeah, I really like Valhalla's comp, and yeah, I think that's going through the set. I wish both teams a lot of luck, and I wish anyone fighting Valhalla a lot of luck getting on tower control.
yeah, that double Stingray is not going to be fun for your resident backline.
Or for your slew of frontliners, like some things like play.
That is fair, that is fair. With that, I do believe we will be going into a very short break, and we will see you guys very, very soon for Groups Round 3. Stay tuned! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SuperJump. We are here with round 3 of pools. Due to a little bit of a delay, the score is now 1-0 for Inkcraft Cult, and we are going to be just continuing the round as normal. I'm Kater, and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yes, and we're seeing Inkcraft Cult versus Audentes Vincunt. I don't know much about either of these teams because neither of them filled out the team form. Please fill out the team form. Anyway, Inkcraft Cult I think is like around low alpha range, but I have not been paying. I don't have there's too many ink teams for me to keep them all straight.
Yeah,
oh wait, I'm not straight, so of course I can't keep them all straight.
Inkcraft Cult, Ink Sync, Falling Ink,
Damage Ink.
Ink Strike Inklings. There's a lot of them, okay?
Ink Strike Inklings doesn't exist anymore, they're Kappa or something now. I don't know why they rebranded.
My bad, yes. Well, former Ink Strike Ink.
Also, I like how multiple people in the chat are like SMH, not imagine not start filling out a team form. Yeah, SMH.
Thank you, please fill out your team forms for your commentators. SMH, my head.
Anyway, we're gonna be starting off on Skipper Zones. Did someone say Arrow MG?
We are not. We are starting on Tower Control and Ancho as that
I can't count. I was too excited by Skipper Zones.
Skipper Zones is a good map, unfortunately.
I wish we could have seen that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we're not going to see that. It is obvious. It's always a really, really fun map to see. Fortunately, we're going to be moving.
It favors Crane by much, but maybe we'll see an Arrow MG on Tower Control Intro. I've seen weirder things.
That is true. That is true. We could very, very much see it. Anchovy Gains Tower has always been a favorite of mine, and I'm sure you know why. I mean, back when we were playing comp, it was a favorite of our entire team. And as a CJet player, yeah. I mean, Stingray is nice on here. Stingray's a lot of fun on here.
Yeah, I mean that was our map.
It was our map. Yeah.
Yeah, but good times. Good
times indeed. We are going into this game very, very soon, and with this map, I mean, there's a lot of ways to get in and out of mid, especially with pushing. The tower does only follow one direction, but you can hop ahead of it with that fan. There's a lot you can do on this map, so I'm very excited to see how these teams decide to move around the map. We've got K-Pros on both sides. Gold Dynamo.
Another double backline comp coming out. Seems like someone saw Valhalla, and also interesting Thermal Ink on CJet. Any thoughts on that as a CJet player?
I mean, I used to play Thermal Ink on CJet. It helped me a lot when I was first learning CJet. Also, I now forego it for special charge up for main power up because special power up CJet go special charge up CJet go burr. But it's not a bad.
Yeah, Ray does literally go burr.
You're right.
Yeah, we see both backlines have their special thought, that K52 and K-Pro. So, really interesting comp because they don't have any offensive specials of the brand, of the type like Inkjet or Hammer that can be used in that sort of offensive manner, but they've got 2 Booyahs, a Stingray, and armor, so they've still got that armor to defensively and offensively. It's gonna be so hard for Inkcraft Cult to push the tower once those specials are online because Stingray and then the Booyahs, you just can't be on tower. And we see that Inkcraft Cult had an opportunity, got some picks, but then the specials came out and they got nowhere.
So you wanted to be on tower? Well, what if we said double Booyah? And right now, we've just got a scuffle from mid. Neither team has a huge advantage. Like you said, we saw some picks from both sides. We saw specials pop, but nothing has really happened. Both teams are pretty evenly stalemated here as they're both looking for picks, looking for a big opportunity. Right now, it looks like it's heading in the favor of Inkcraft Cult. We've got Pink here on that Zep, a lot of control in mid right now, and one of those Booyahs is going up, but 2 of the other Booyahs are going out, popped in the same
They don't get any picks!
No picks,
and they do finally get a pick. The K-Pro did good at it. And I'm really... The amount of special spam we're seeing this game is crazy. We've got 2 Rays, a Booyah, a Rain, and 3 armors already out for Inkcraft Cult. We've got 3 Booyahs, 2 armors, and 2 Rays already out for Audentes, and that's a lot of specials for not even 2 minutes in. And it's such a stalemate, I think, mostly because of all those long-range specials. No one can do anything. One team's gonna have to get a wipe, or they're just gonna get their push shut down by someone special. And it looks like they're finally, the rain's coming out. The Dynamo's in big trouble. They got stuck between the bombs and the rain. Finally, they've got an opening. And Inkcraft Cult isn't gonna take the tower. Oh, they are, finally. That's a 3-down situation. That's what they needed. The CJet's there, but they're gonna get the
Oh no, the
Oh
creating
no,
sign.
the sign.
That's unfortunate. I feel that. We've got that Stingray here coming out on the tower, so Inkcraft Cult forced to move around, but hopefully they can avoid that, avoid getting picked off. Unfortunately, that doesn't really seem to be the case. They do go
the Chargers
down.
trying to get their Stingray ready. This is, well, quite... It's not what you usually see, just because you see special spam, but you don't see this much special spam.
Yeah, and this much special spam just for a stalemate. I feel like both teams are playing it really safe right now, trying to just get their specials, trying to build up to a big hit, but that's not working for them right now, and they just gotta step forward and do that, and that is what one of the teams they're trying to do, but as soon as they try to step forward, the other team just immediately shuts them down. That's 3 down now, and so Inkcraft Colt's gonna to take the tower and go for it right now. Hopefully they can get farther than just 82.
Yeah, if you have a look at the special counts too, we've got 6 Booyahs, 3 Rays, and 4 armors out for Audentes, and then 5 armors, 3 Rains, 3 Rays, and 3 Booyahs out for Inkcraft. The special counts are quite high here, and Audentes is looking at their firing reports in the back, but they don't have their but 2 specials coming out. That Rays, they're not going to use the Ray defensively because there's an offensive Ray, but we have a Ray fight, but Secret loses. That's 2 down, and Inkcraft Call is looking like they're going to be like, you guys made us wait, okay, we're just going to 2-0 you, it's fine. And the Dynamo goes down, but this is fine. Inkcraft is still keeping the pressure up, but they're going to fold soon because the members of Audentes are respawning, and they're going to be in a great position to actually do some damage here. But they stopped push, by not offensive damage, but defensive damage nonetheless. And they finally got a foothold, they got their specials ready. And are painting up.
We've got that Booyah Bomb online, but and a couple more specials coming shortly. Booyah Bomb already used even before their teammates have a chance to catch up, and then they fall directly into a well-timed bomb. There goes the other Booyah, but with only 46 seconds left, I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I mean, a lot of the only specials they have left are that armor and that Ray, and Ray is a lot harder to use offensively in my experience. Meanwhile, we've got the members of Inkcraft Cult like up here, up and ready. That Zep going down means that they're not going to have armor for the time being, but they still have that GG Ray, which is it's likely that Charger's playing it safer to try and save that.
I'm in trouble though.
Oh, they managed to back up in time though. This Dynamo here is so far.
They're in huge trouble. They pushed 2 land, no support, no paint. That's looking to the game for Inkcraft Cult, and we're gonna be actually, unless something crazy happens, we're gonna move on to round 4 very quickly because round 4 is actually already ready.
Yeah, we've got 5 seconds left in this game. This Stingray is here and ready on Leo's side, but that Snipe is just going to shut it down. We are in overtime, but that's going to be shut down very quickly, and just like that, sets over 2-0.
Might be overtime, but the time's over. Sorry.
Nice.
Excuse my language. Man, that fun.
I mean, fun's a good thing. You know, you gotta make them.
I gotta make them.
Let's look at these special counts here. Good.
We've got a total of 21 specials out for Inkcraft Cult and 19 out for.
How do you do math fast?
Practice.
That's fair.
I think unless I did math wrong, I'm not claiming to be accurate that quickly. But yeah, we're going to be taking a very tiny break while we get the next set ready, and moving on to round 4 in like a couple minutes at most.
Hello everybody and welcome back to SuperJump, the IPL Major. We are here with round 4 of groups. I am Cater and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yes, this is going to be a rather interesting set because we're seeing I believe the 2 and 3, 3 and 4 seeds. They're very close.
Second and third.
Yes, second and third teams with Luau versus Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. And about to pick up consisting of IPS, Shinex, Swen, and Kenshin.
Yeah, we've got some very interesting facts on Skylanders Spyro's Adventure because they actually filled out their team form and they provided us with some fun things to mention about them. We've got their notable achievements here, which are Skylanders, Skylanders, and Skylanders, very notable achievements of them. And we've got interesting facts about their team members as well.
Like, Kenshin has a dog, Swen is cute, IPS is Irish, and Shinex eats chips with a fork.
Which, by the way, is a horrible way to eat.
Which chips they mean, because they could mean British chips or American chips.
Okay, British chips, that's fine to eat with a fork, but American chips...
The same way Cater eats American chips with chopsticks.
Yes, because that is the superior way to eat chips.
Well, you don't just pour the whole thing down your throat. Kidding.
No!
I didn't actually do that. I would have died. And weapon-wise, IPS is a junior player. Shinex plays a lot of weapons, including Chant, Cry Slasher, Junior, 52.
You say Cry Slasher?
Well, that's gonna be their opponents. Crying. And there's actually Kenshin and Swen are both listed as Bamboo as Charger players, actually.
Crying in the club.
So, double Charger win?
Ooh, I want to see a double Charger. Come on, give me the double Charger.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're on Piranha Pit. Totally didn't forget. I got too distracted by the chips to remember the weapon. And instead we see double Splatling. With both the Mini and the Nautilus. I really like multiple Splatling comps because...
Oh, yeah.
We've played many of them, and then...
Remember the time we ran triple Splatling on New Albacore? That was fun.
Oh, yes, New Albacore. And on the side of Luau, we don't see their... I guess Kami isn't here, so I'm not seeing the Tetras. But instead we've got a vanilla... I also Jet Sculpture, but that's
a first on kill?
For DDS, and then... Yeah, looks like it, and then... Yeah, it looks like they're going for all mid-lane comp set that's up. And that's a full wipe, and the passive goes really well. That's going to be an opening, and Skylanders Spyro's Adventure is going to break things wide open.
Yeah, definitely getting that all the way to 33 just in the first 40 seconds of the game. Unfortunately, those clams are going to despawn before Swen can pick them up, but we've got IPS here coming in with even more clams. 2 down again, and I don't think that Skylanders has lost a member yet. They might very soon, but right now they're so dominant. Finally, 3 of them go down. That Cake-Out's still alive somehow. I don't know how they're still there. Finally, it takes 3 members, but they do eventually go down now before they get it all the way to 20, though, which is an amazing place to be.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think Luau still could come back, and they've already got 1 good opening pick with that squeeze here. But they're gonna have a long way to go. They got all specials online. They've got missiles. They've got the baller and the bubbles to push in. They've got the ball. They've got all of them pulling out too. They seem to pass the clan, the cannon. Oh, they're not. They haven't passed the clan. Okay, they've got a clan jumping in. They were a little scattered there, but Skip with the great direct. They couldn't quite follow up on it, but they do follow up. Looks like they got the mini down. The Booyah coming out, and it looks like Luau was just a little uncoordinated there. They had a plan, and they were probably saving those 9 clams to use them to get them all in, because that would be more points. However, they just went down, and that was a really nice jump there. We saw the Dual Squadrons getting the trade off a super jump in. Well, yeah. Good job super jumping in SuperJump.
No way! I can't believe you super jumped in SuperJump. That's amazing. And we've got Cannon here again with those 9 clams, probably trying to do the same thing that they did previously. Those missiles are going to unfortunately scatter them for a little bit. We've got the bubbles coming out. Perhaps a little bit early. Maybe they were just for survival over there. But with those the VDS down, it looks like they're not going to be able to do much. So that's going to... Yeah, right there with Luau. Luau is unfortunately just not in a great spot right now.
Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, and Luau's got an opening. They need to move fast because the members of Skylanders are already responding, but Silver is doing a great job here painting up already near the basket. However, all of Skylanders is falling down on them, and Silver's going to be forced to back, and Luau is not going to have the opening they could have had because they weren't close enough, which, well, you can only go so fast this game. So, yeah, but they've got their specials, they're going in, missiles coming out, and Skylanders is getting back to the corner. They've got 1 down. The bubble's coming out. The Keep is going down. And this is going to be the opening they need. But they need to... But the mini is going to get a pick. And that's 3 down. And that's looking at the clan counts. They can get them. They've got something. They've got enough. They need to throw them, and they need to throw them fast.
They do so, and they are so close. They get the lead by 4 points right now.
The ball is coming in, and SnoCone's gonna get a couple more. Get one more in. Instead of 7, they got 3 down. They've got enough clems there, and they're gonna get the KO.
There we go. It all goes to show it's not over until it's over. Very, very nice game there. Very, just amazing comeback. Wow.
Yes, and someone's asking if they can take back their prediction in chat. Nah, you can't. But yeah, I'm really thinking this is going to go to all 3 games this time, and Banana
I hope so.
Popping off. I believe the Banana Man has arrived with an N
Oh,
sound.
good. Oh goodness, Banana Man. I also love how banana is spelled in their name.
Banana. Anyway, we're going to move on Splat Zones on Inkblot Art Academy, which I'm not sure quite. Both of these teams, especially Blue, seem to have a pretty varied weapon range, but I think we're just going to see very similar comps. I'm confused why we saw 2 players listed as Charger players on SSA, but there's no Chargers. Maybe it'll be a I could see a Firefighter sign coming out for this map.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. I mean, zones on Inkblot, you just got such a huge zone, and having the Firefin. I mean, I see Firefin a lot on this map mode, where you have the Bomb Rush. It's very, very helpful for area control.
Yes, and Bomb Rush is going to be great here. I think the comp out of SSA was actually really nice. The double spot might come in handy here, especially because the amount of paint for Mini, Kgal, and Not is great, and just the special lineup they had was great, but if maybe they switch their Nautilus over to a Charger, that could work as well.
Yeah, it depends.
Instead, we see a vastly different comp with a Tri-Slosher and then so double armor, missiles, and then double armor, double missiles, which is interesting, because they're not going to have the zone painting specials or neither team really has any zone painting specials. Actually, Luau does with that rain, but they don't have anything like a bomb launcher. And the baller will help a little bit too, but the shape of the map makes baller not quite as useful as it is in some maps. And I like the Flingsa pick coming out as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'd expect to see at least something like a Neo Splash. I feel that's really common just because you have so much paint, so much movement, and the Bomb Rush connects here on that try. Just putting so much
spicy block
pressure.
sharking right
Oh,
there.
definitely. You love to see that. But yeah, I'm interested in, like you said, in the weapons that we're seeing, because we've got a lot of more, there's just armor and missiles and that type of stuff, more team supportive specials, where instead of focusing on objective necessarily, we'll have to see how that plays out for both of these teams there.
Yeah, my guess would be that SSA is going for very much just heavy special spam, constant armor and missiles. So they always have. They don't get it's not like an Inkjet or something which can blow up in the entire match necessarily, but it's always a constant tactical advantage in most of their fights. Whereas
Speaking of blow up, there's that baller.
They're doing this. Yes. They're doing a similar thing, but they've got things like Raid and Baller, which can... Baller's more of a survivability special just to keep that, let Skit be aggressive. But that Rain, I think, is going to have a pretty significant advantage just in cleared flat. Because there's no other specials here that can really zone out an area for as long as the Rain can.
But yeah, Rain's amazing in that, right? And it's part of what makes CDS such a popular weapon. I mean, I'm not...
We were so worried about the specials, we missed that Luau was taking the lead here.
Yeah, I did. You're completely right. I did totally miss that lead flip all the way to Luau. With that, though, they do go multiple members down. So, Skylanders.
Luau's 4 up. Skylanders is gonna get KO'd.
Oh, yeah, we've got.
This is the end for Skylanders. Luau's looking to take this set 2-0.
Oh.
And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Luau 2-0ing Skylanders. Really good job. We've seen so much strong performance from Luau. Yeah, we've seen so much strong performance from Luau, mostly in SOS, like the past few months.
Yeah.
Goes to show, all that practice has paid off. And I think they might be undefeated. I haven't been paying attention, but I think they're 2-1 actually, we were told earlier.
Yes, another 3-1. Good for them, good for them.
Yes, and we don't get to see Tower Control Surgeon, but we did get to see Luau absolutely dominate, and
that's true.
That's going to be the end of our block, actually. We're going to be switching over to the amazing Zari and Lila.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see those two commentate. It was a pleasure to commentate with you, Quark. Where can the wonderful people in the audience find you on the internet?
As the bot says, if you do !Mike, I'm at StrangeCork on Twitter. I retweet art a lot and funny stuff, and occasionally, tweet actual things I have to say. However, where can they find you?
You can find me at Twitter on Cater_, where I talk about a lot of the stuff I commentate, and I make art times. I do commissions. So yes, that is where you can find me. But again, thank you all for coming out and watching and making this event possible. Thank you to all of our producers. Inkfarer is the one managing the stream today, and we will be right back with round 5. Do stay tuned.
Good afternoon, my friends, and welcome on back to SuperJump here at Inkling Performance Labs. Our Splatoon 2 Major is kicking on quite nicely as we get ourselves for the second half of the A block here today. I am your girl, TK Layla, and joining me is the wonderful Zoe. How are you doing?
I am doing very well today. Really looking forward to some good matches. I was just watching some of the earlier matches, and if they're anything to go by, this should be good. So I think we're going to be starting off with SnoCone Inc. versus NERV.
That is correct, and remember, this is best of threes for this entire portion, so we'll be having this. And don't forget to get your predictions in the chat as well. We'll keep a tally on the bars, and you'll get some nice, delicious channel points if your team pick does become victorious. We do have a little bit of information from SnoCone's side of the field. I believe they were founded in March 24th of this year. They've done Lucy Division 7 playoffs, the beta bracket for LSL, and they came 15th in the Tower Control Splatter Ladder. 2 dually players on this team. We've got Radical Red hopping in with the Glugers, and King, the Emperor, coming in with the Dapples and the Enteri. So, might see double the slide in action.
We'll have to see what both teams will bring to the table, especially for that first map, which is going to be Rainmaker Manta.
You timed our introductions onto this block perfectly. First match is Rainmaker. That's the way we like it here.
Yes, indeed. I think we are just about to get into that first match. Not.
Certainly are. Both teams are set and ready to go. So let's get this Splatoon 2 major action back underway. Rainmaker on Manta Maria. It's a nice little narrow stage for us to welcome ourselves into. Get ourselves popping on up, and already we can see a Nautilus, the NSAP, another Nautilus on the other side as well, and a bucket. SnoCone in the orange and NERV in the purple.
Yeah, I'm seeing ends ups on both sides as well, keeping that armor very consistent. We'll have to see what both teams can do with that. Already NERV going for that flank, got mid mostly covered. Are they going to be able to make a push out of this though?
Big time question there, and already they're making it to 70, and they've got the first leap done and dusted. They're going all the way to the podium. This might be a pizza time right here and now. I think it might be not quite. My goodness me! First 30 seconds of this matchup, and we nearly had pizza done and ready to eat, but not quite. Although having said that, they're still here. The Soda Slosh is still being absolutely aggressive, but they are taken down in the end. Now it's going to be up to how in the world they defend this. Already down 5.
Yes, SnoCone have got quite a way to go. That being said, it's not a knockout, so anything's possible.
Anything is still possible. 4 very long minutes for SnoCone at this stage of the competition. Here is the entirety of their team have special set and ready to go, and it looks like they're going to finally start putting them in. Ink Armor is on Nautilus. Keep that central area, but he's attacking anyone at the moment. Very spicy 1v1, but that is not going to happen with the Nautilus hanging right on there.
Nautilus sitting there ready. And this is looking like NERV's gonna push straight back out again. Try and get the Rainmaker, try and get another push.
Honestly, would not be surprised at this stage. Pretty much most of SnoCone went down in that entire attack, and already you can see pretty much the same path as usual, hopping around the right-hand side, going for that podium. Rainmaker just does so much in coverage with that blast, and it's up to the range of the pro to try and silence them. Not getting any benefit from it. They swoop all around. They actually do trade against each other.
That's gonna maybe be the stall that they need, but nope. NERV say you can take down one of us, you can't take down all of us.
Yeah, pretty much the entirety of the team were pretty much there and waited, and that will be first point on the board for NERV in the purple. Really good start from NERV. I mean, they pretty much started as they meant to go on, popped the Rainmaker, and were straight at the podium. 10 splats for our wonderful Soda Slosher. Everybody else definitely contributing big time. But SnoCone are going to have it all to do as we move into match 2.
Yes, and Clam Blitz at that. I wonder if we're going to still see some Nautiluses from both sides. I would expect some armors as well, but except from that, who knows? Maybe Bubbles still, maybe Baller. Who knows?
Bubbles would be nice. I mean, you would expect to see the bubbles pop on up for a mode like Clamlet. You can use them both aggressively and defensively, which is always what you want, especially in this kind of mode. Armors would be nice. Baller to try and sneak on in the back, but nobody really runs the brushes anymore. I feel like we used to be in a period where people might slip in a brush or two, but not anymore. Which, to be fair, when you've got the sheer firepower that NERV brought to the table last time out, I don't see them changing much in their tactics.
Yeah, I think their rushing and their aggression will serve them well, especially in Mako. Mako is such a tight clam blitz map. You don't have very far to go between the baskets. So just keeping up that aggression, keeping the other team in spawn, that can very easily lead to a KO. So if NERV keep up that aggression, keep pushing the way they did with that Rainmaker, I think this could be very, very easily just become a 2-0 to them. But all to play for. SnoCone, we don't know what they're like playing clams, so we'll have to see.
Given the fact that some of the previous matches that we've seen already today, especially when you look at the previous set between Lara and Skylanders, where Skylanders had such a massive lead in clams and then watched it all just dissipate in front of them, you can never be 100% certain which way the pendulum swings, but yeah, we will soon find out in just a moment. Both teams are readying themselves up, and it seems to be a little bit longer for SnoCone to lock in, so maybe they are probably thinking about some weapon changes, which again, after the last the last match even, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yes, I could very much understand that. Though, we'll have to see how different it ends up being, and if what they end up going for will be able to put a dent in NERV's aggression and strive to win this set.
It's always one of those things where if you have information on both teams, you're able to figure out what they might try to touch through. Unfortunately, I don't really have much in terms of weapon information for NERV, whereas for SnoCone, they have their pretty much solid picks. I mean, obviously we mentioned Red and King, they're both dually experts, they know what they're doing with that, but you've got the Nautilus for Jackery, you've got Ledge coming in with that E-Leader, the Exposure, the Swiffer, the Bamboo. There's such a variety that NERV can bring to the table here, so it's going to be cool to see what they choose to bring for this. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Nautilus does stay, but we'll see what happens now as we load on in to match number 2, and it'll be SnoCone in the blue, I believe, and that is a pro, that is a gal, and that is, well, that's a fair amount of Kenza we are rocking here today. The Kenza is coming on out both for the pro and for the Splat Junior.
Yep, and just to mention, that's 2 armors on the side of SnoCone. They really want to be turning those out. So we'll see if that will help them be able to push in and win the fights against NERV.
Well, first of the armors are going to be deployed, and we've already lost the Splatter Shot, the T-Tech on the side of NERV, so this is a better start here for SnoCone, but they are finally going to get pincered in that middle area. It's a decent start here, must be said. SnoCone definitely seems to be able to hold that central ground a lot easier, but they've got to pick up these clams and take advantage where they can now. Booyah Bomb is going to get deployed, and that will force them to scatter.
They're trying to find their way in, which, yet again, it just takes one person to get through. But also, it just takes 1 or 2 people to go down on the side of SnoCone to kind of end that push. And they do get the clam in. Are they able to follow it up with any more, though? That's very important. And once they're going for it, they're able to get down to 47. Can they keep this going?
That is a beautiful push. Really good combination with the Booyah Bomb and the Bubble Blowers. Beautiful synchronization with that, and taking it all the way down to 38. That is a very good first push. Still just over 3.5 minutes to go, but that is exactly the start that SnoCone needed.
Agreed. Now they just have to keep up this aggression or get another push to get knocked out.
Were it that easy?
That's yep. Or, well, also get rid of NERV. That's one of them. Which, sadly, NERV's getting another push in there, and is able to get that Fire Clam in, but aren't quite following up with the clams.
Yeah, you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to clear the way forward, getting those opportune spots, and to be fair, that looks like a wipe on the side of SnoCone, and this could be very dangerous here if NERV can just quickly rally a few more clams, they may just yoink this lead away from them. One more will do it. There it is. And just like that, it's a better first push for NERV, and already into the 20s now. They are finally losing players, so that should be the barrier. Not going any further down than that, but that is a really good counter from NERV. 26 to 38 as we enter the second half.
Yes, no, SnoCone really get another push in and push NERV back into their spawn, or even just take a couple people down to get that. That's the ends up down. That's a good start. But the bubble's coming out right in.
Oh, they got away with it!
They got away with it! I do not understand how Red just lives.
Well, add that one to your montage. They're just standing in the face of ink everywhere and somehow just get through the entire lot of it. 20 to 26. They retake the lead with that stand. And, well, that is... I did not think that standing there and taking that in the face would work, but hey, there you go. SnoCone know what we don't.
That is very true. And also, must mention that they also took the lead in that. So they're down to 20 versus 26 on NERV side. But NERV is getting ready to try and make another push in, and there's that power climb.
Yeah, really good from them there as well. Just to hold on to 9, not give their position away until they picked up that last clam to form the power clam itself. Still got a few more penalty points to go, but this football will do it. And with that is lead taken. Only the one player left, so that will be the end of that push. But again, the lead is 3 points. That is not going to be comfortable for NERV, but boy, howdy, this match is going back and forth.
And we've still got 1 minute left to go. There hasn't been a single push yet that hasn't taken the lead. What is this game? Oh my word.
It's just going back and forth relentlessly between these two, and it just still goes. And the barrier broken again, and that's a wipe! No, they broke the barrier, SnoCone, but they get wiped in the process of the last thing they needed.
Oh no, and they had that other power clam. That would have very easily given them like the lead and a bit more comfort, but not yet. They need to get the power clam, which they'll get from this NERV.
Oh no, NERV missed it! NERV missed it, they threw it as the barrier went up! This is a massive opportunity for SnoCone. They have 13 seconds to get an absolute move on here, and they know full well with 2 power clams on the field. That's one break! They've done it! They've done it! They got a KO! They got a KO with seconds to go! And this match will go all the way to match 3. What a match!
That is what we like to see! Oh my word! Well, going into this game, not expecting that. Not expecting that at all. 2 pushes in, not expecting that. Still not expecting that. What an end to that match! And yes, as you say, we're going to be going into Splatoon Skipper for our final match of this set. Who's he going to go to? I have no idea. This is just what the flip. Oh my word.
Hey, remember before this match started and I was just like, I used the previous set as a comparison where one team took a lead and clammed it 80 to 20 and then lost it? I guess SnoCone looked at that match and went, interesting, and just did that. Oh my goodness me. If you'd have told me that this set would be tied 1 apiece after how Rainmaker ended, I might not have believed you.
Yeah, I don't think I would have believed you either. That just doesn't... Oh my word. That was a completely different game from the first one.
Wow.
I'm still processing it, to be fair.
Oh,
how many times it went back and forth and back and forth? It was so close constantly. Oh, and the specials, how synchronized they were with their specials to get those successful pushes each time. Oh, incredible.
That was great fun, and as you say, Flat Zone Skipper is going to be the next match. So another pretty open stage, a lot of different ways to go about this, and obviously the zone is pretty much right in that center of the map, so it's going to be a very interesting one. And I'm just looking at the lobby. The entirety of NERV are fully locked in. They know what they want to do with this match. That is how confident they are. But the momentum now swings back onto the other side because I feel like they sort of like lost it towards the end of that Clamblitz match. They held off that initial push towards the end from SnoCone, got the team wipe, and then just didn't arrive in time with the second football. If that had made it into the barrier, that would have sealed it, but the barrier...
That would have been game at that point. But that one football, oh my word.
Oh, that is what you like to see, and it's always great to see this. And I'm just gonna a wonderful little shout out to the chat who are losing their minds just as much as we are. And this is our first match of the block, by the way, so we're gonna have fun. We got another 3 matches to do after this. Goodness.
Yep. This is one way to start. Let me just say. But we will be getting into this final game of the set. Who will take it? SnoCone or NERV? It's all to play for.
It really is, and it will be SnoCone in the purple. We're going to see that Soda Slosher and a Splatling coming on out on the side of NERV. Meanwhile, for SnoCone, the Nautilus is back. The Glugers are coming on in too, along with our wonderful favourite base, Splat Junior.
Yes, you do like that painting power on that Splat Junior. It is very nice, especially in Splat zones. But also, straight away, the Nautilus is already down. I didn't even see what happened. But Nautilus down. Two specials. They have 2 specials in the side of SnoCone, and we're able to take down 1 person with that Booyah, but there's still 2 down. This isn't looking good.
Yeah, that ends up was incredibly aggressive. Just ran straight up into the spawning area and just sat there and just inked like nobody's business. And with that control looks like it's going to be nicely done. Gonna hang up with the Brio as well. Just get a little bit of more observation, a little bit more information to relay back to the team. Throws it, then make sure the rest of the zone is covered. Bubble Blower coming out for that assist as well. Good defensive rotation for the side of NERV. They will finally lose control, but that took it all the way down to 32, and that is a very nice first push.
It's a very nice first push. Two down on both sides at the moment, which is looking good for Link there. Oh no!
No! It's our first swim already. No! There's a time and a place for swimming, but not in a Splatoon major. Come on.
Not right now. Truly not right now. Oh, but yes, this is not looking good for NERV. They have that very solid first push, but getting back in is proving to be difficult. Not for lack of trying, though. Very important, not for lack of trying. And that Booyah will take down 1 person. And they're able to get back in.
There we go. I was going to say, it was looking a little dicey. Yeah, they just about kept it on their side, 32 to 53. Now that they've retaken control, the bubble is still there for assistance. They'll do quickly pop that and retreat. Wise decision considering the fact the Inkjet and the Booyah both going up at the same time, and that will retake control of the zone. But back and forth again, just like in Clamblitz.
Oh my word, SnoCone are awake and ready to just cause issues for NERV. That is for sure.
Soda's taking their chance of going up a little too aggressive. The Splat Bomb is going to catch them off guard. This could give our wonderful SnoCone team a chance to get themselves back in. Can they stop the zone before penalty points are gone? They do indeed. They went out 1v1. They went out another one. Nice little double for the gal. And they'll immediately swim back on up. Get more ink down. Keep the player advantage. And they are pretty much going to be out of their penalty points. They will surely go past that halfway mark.
And there we go. But will they be able to keep it for long enough to get near to that 32?
Oh, it's so close! Oh, we are literally single digits away. 2 points, but the Booyah Bomb's gonna seal it. No, it's not. It hasn't sealed it. It's still in limbo. Can you believe this? They're gonna take the lead. They have the lead. I can't believe this, guy.
What? Okay, SnoCone, that does end up ending in a wipe of SnoCone there. But they still get down to 29, which in that situation was not likely. Oh my word.
Like, you think of the utility used, the Brio Bomb just couldn't seal it. They just didn't have the ink power. The Burst Bomb Rush, however, really well played from Soda, and that retakes the lead back onto the side of NERV. The bullet blows come up. It's a 4-2 advantage as the rest of SnoCone starts spawn on in. And another 2 go down. I don't think that's gonna happen. This is gonna be a KO right here and now, I think. After all of that, it ends 2-1 to NERV. What a set.
What a set! Oh my word! Yeah, it was so back and forth. They just couldn't get back in again after that. After, well, pushing it down to 29. Still can't believe that, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
But, holy frick. Okay. Okay, SnoCone not going down without a fight. But sadly, NERV just able to just keep that zone just that little bit longer and able to get that KO.
I mean, you gotta applaud both teams, especially how the entire set started with NERV taking a very dominant Rainmaker match, and you feel the worst for SnoCone, but SnoCone bounced back with a vengeance, going all the way to get that KO in Clamblet in the nick of time, and then dangerously teasing us all with another potential turnaround with retaking that lead in zones. But ever since they got that wipe, it just didn't quite play out for them. But still amazing to see from both teams, and I do hope we get to see SnoCone a little bit more into tomorrow's set, which do remember that all teams will go through into the double elimination because this is all determinant seedings and the like. But yeah, a great set from 2 amazing teams.
Definitely 2 teams to watch is all I'm gonna say. Oh, with those kind of plays, definitely.
I feel like we should probably take a breather before we go into our next set, because I think everyone's gonna need it after a match like that. So do not go away, my friends. We'll be back for our second match in our rotation here at SuperJump.
See you in a bit.
we are back, my wonderful beans, to SuperJump, the Splatoon 2 major here at Inkling Performance Labs. Layla and Zarya back again as we prepare ourselves for matchup number 2 of our rotation. It's going to be TR31 to go up against Tomodachi, and with TR31 I know them as Kuit Mafia, so I've seen them around the block quite a lot. They last run Hyper Splat, so you know this is going to be a formidable team to be going up against.
Oh, indeed. Yes, I also know of Kuit Mafia, but we'll have to see what Tomodachi can take right against them. What we're going to see from both sides. Maybe see some brush from the side of TR31. Who knows on the side of Tomodachi? Could be anything.
Could be anything, and hopefully everybody has had a bit of a breather after that very intense last set we just had. And if it's anything to go like that, then who in the world knows? But having said that, though, we are going to see a mode that we didn't have in the previous set. We're going to have tower control coming up on Anchovy Games first and foremost. What exactly are you going to be looking out for between these two teams on a map mode combination like this?
Ooh, well, I'd expect you have to, when it comes to Anchovy, especially on tower control, you have to have that aggression, like push in front of the tower, so that it can make it past those checkpoints that can be kind of very open at times. So we're gonna have to bamboozler? Seeing a bamboozler already? And a sniper on the side of Tomodachi as well, so interesting. And there's that brush from Spore, and obviously ends up on both sides.
That's on both sides of the field, but to be fair, you would kind of expect to see it. The normal is going to get started with that ink spread. Both sides losing a member already. In fact, 2 members on the side of our wonderful blue side as well, as Tomodachi begins to just start making their wave all the way over to the first checkpoint. Heck, that might be checkpoint 1 done, and does it in a heartbeat for Tomodachi, and it absolutely is.
Oh my word, well, this is a start. This is not looking good for TR31. They really need to get Tomodachi off that tower and out of kind of going towards their spawn there. And they take 2 down and are able to push the it's 3 down now. Able to push that tower back out.
Yeah, really good defense there from TR31. You like to see that in the early stages, so they just about stop it before it gets to the second checkpoint, and you see how quickly they begin to retake control of that central area, forcing the charger to go all the way back. So incredibly careful with that, and look at the amount of specials that TR31 have built up already. We do have an ink push on there as well, just to be a nuisance. The aftershock is going to go down. I think all specials were deployed there. The ball is going to come up and be incredibly aggressive, as you'd expect. It does get popped by the charger, literally making a beeline for the charger. It does get taken down. Is that enough of that going to take the lead? It is indeed. It's gone straight back to TR31.
Yep, and they make it the whole way to 45, but are they gonna? They're not gonna be able to push past that checkpoint. Not quite yet. They aren't able to get to it.
Yeah, good hold. Yeah, good hold from the charger. This is exactly what they needed. Unfortunately, it can go both ways as well. They inject quick before snipes to make a quick and hasty retreat. The curler bomb out to try and get a little bit of ink coverage and to delay this oncoming push. They would have lost the ends out, but they'll trade it with a great little bamboo.
Such a spicy bamboo shot. You do love to see it. And that's another person going down on the side of Tomodachi there. TR31 is really trying to push them back out of mid so that they can get that their own push going again. Trying to get more of a lead this time.
I'll get the 1v1 you like to see. The inkjet's probably going to get deployed, and that's going to catch a lot of them by surprise, but it's going to be a trade in the end. Both of them going down respectively, but it just means that TR31 have more of a chance to get this back to the second checkpoint. They'll have a few penalty points to rinse through, but Snipe will be on the lookout. Sandwich does go down, and that is a very dangerous area to be caught in. Missiles will force the charger to vacate their position, and they get a very... Oh, goodness me! That is how you defend a tower!
Yes, that is very much how you defend a tower. That is how to end a push in a heartbeat. Oh my word. This is now, they have to see if they can actually get a push of their own going on the side of Tomodachi. They need to get past that, or up to that checkpoint where TR31 have already got
And make
Goes
them...
freeze for that slide.
That's gonna be dangerous. Get the double. Can they get the triple? They do get the triple. On a squid. Oh, you squid flop in there as well. That's a wipe.
And that's
That
a
is
wipe,
an
yeah.
absolute wipe. The triple kill on the side of TR31, and that is gonna reset that beautifully in the favor of TR31. And they're already going straight aggressive. The Brush gotta get out of there as they are gonna lose their teammate. And another one, and the flop straight back at them. This is disrespectful from both sides of the field, but oh boy, we love to see it.
We do indeed. Oh my word. Yes, that was looking so strong on the side of TR31 to get that push going. But Sniper wasn't for having it. Really wasn't for having it. Both snipers, that is.
Oh my goodness me, it just goes back and forth between these two. 40 seconds left on the clock. It's a 10-point gap between the two, and pretty much all but one. No, it's another wipe. It's another wipe for Tomodachi. And look at the specials as well. TL31 had everything charged up.
They have got what they need to distract Tomodachi from the tower for as long as possible. Because all they need to do is wait this out for almost 10 seconds. But there's only one left on the side of TR31 there, and they go down! Will they be able to get a push to 40 out of this though?
Well, I mean, again, they've got 3 specials charged up and ready to go, whereas TR31 have nothing. So they're going to have to do this on sheer power alone. Sandwich is on the top, gets caught by the inkjet a little bit, but just about survived. They are rapidly making this close here. Sandwich still up on this balcony. The bomb rush is going to come out as well. Everyone's on the top, but they all went down! They all went down! No!
Oh my word! I'm so close to taking 9 points in it there. 9 points away.
Oh,
All they
wow.
needed to do was get to that checkpoint, but TR31 weren't for giving them that chance.
No, they were not. And double splats for every, double-digit splats for everybody on the side of TR31. Also, shout out to the baller with 7 of them. 7 ballers! Oh my gosh! That ink brush did not slow down at all.
Nope.
Oh.
Well,
Which, to be fair, that's what you expect when somebody brings in the ink brush. You expect them to be incredibly aggressive. You expect them, the second that baller is ready, to just aggro, because when in a mode like tower control, you're very much acting like a diversion. You're literally being the center of attention. They're trying to get rid of you, knowing full well that the explosion of that baller will be devastated to them. But also at the same time, it takes the attention away from those pushing the tower, which is where they got that 10-point lead in the first place. So, really good coordination from them.
very good coordination, and those specials just in general working together very well. To even though yet again it was like a 10-point lead, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to win. Well, a 1-point lead is all it takes to win, but you can be a little bit more comfortable with those 10 points. So, oh my. Well, we're going to be moving into the next match of the set, which is going to be a Rainmaker on Blackbelly.
When I cast Rainmaker, it either goes immediately, as we saw in the previous set, or it goes the distance. There's never an in-between spot where we like get to the halfway match and it KOs. But on a stage like Blackbelly, that could change. We see the bamboo coming on out, the Octobrush is coming on out. I think that might be the Kenza variant. It is. No, it's not. It's just the base Octobrush. That will be going up against the Grim Rapid.
Oh, yes, I was going to mention that. The Grim Rapid. Very, very interesting choice. Very good at that kind of spaced out aggression. Taking out people from the distance while still really piling on that aggression. And straight away, already up to 60-ish, but can't get much further than that on the side of Tomodachi.
Yeah, decent first push, not quite the push that they were looking for, as they're going to lose 2 of them, one of which was the Blaster and the Ever ends us as well. So, Bomb Rush already charged up the snipes and immediately catches one off guard as well. I don't think they saw that one coming in the slightest, and that is going to give control straight back to TR31.
And by the looks of things, I was about to say that they should get lead from this. They have the aggression ahead of them, but now they'll have that lead.
They're still making a move as well, just about getting to the halfway mark, and you see Sandwich wisely on the back foot, able to get themselves out of that position considering the fact of the weapon that they have, but that Stingray is going to be a force to be reckoned with, or not! Or not!
Or not! Missiles also a good thing not to ignore.
Been saying it for the longest time, and finally they're in pretty much a main part of the meta now. You generally bring the missiles to just force everyone to get out of their position, especially on Rainmaker. Just gives them that one extra thing to worry about. Now,
oh yes, and also, oh, this could very easily. Oh no, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I was gonna say they wisely went back the way, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not what you like doing with the Rainmaker, that's for sure.
Especially when you get that warning where it's just like, stop retreating. It's like, look, I don't have a choice. I kind of have to go backwards.
Where else can I go? Yep. And here's take two of trying to get this lead on the side of Tomodachi, but they need someone ahead of them to paint them a path, to get rid of the people in front. And while he's trying to do that, but that will be lead. That will be lead.
Yeah, that will do it. They found an opening and they went for it. Yes, they got taken down, but still, that is 34 to 51. So it's in their favor now. It means that it's TL31 who now have to go on the aggression and sniping to get that grim rage out of there. ASAP they do so. And as we enter the second half, they've got all the work to do, but you know it's never over till it's over.
That is incredibly true. No lead is safe or secure unless it's a KO. Very important.
This is a really good chance to do it. Inkjet needs to force the Stingray out of here, but unfortunately the Stingray is going to do exactly what they needed to. Pin them down, get the splat, and they stopped it in the nick of time. Look at that. It's a 1 point gap.
1 point. Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah. Tomodachi really need to get that out of there.
Yeah. Oh no!
Everyone's still everywhere, and that explosion goes to the side of a TR31, but they're not able to capitalize on it.
So the Octopus knew that they couldn't make a move. Everybody was literally around them, and as a result, somehow Tomodachi get away with that. Just over 1 minute left to go. Stingray pops one out, Rainmaker in the central area, but nobody went down with that Stingray. All teams up. Goodness me, could you imagine if this goes down to the wire once again between these two? 1 minute left on the clock. It's a 1 point gap.
1 point lead beside Tomodachi, and they are trying their hardest.
The wipe.
But that'll be a wipe, and that will not be good in the last pretty much 40 seconds. TR31 are just gonna be looking for that opening. All they need is an opening to get a little bit closer. But the Rage Blaster isn't giving them any space. And they can take it down.
It's what the Range Blaster do best. It uses that AoE blast to its advantage, and this will likely be the last push of the game. 13 seconds left on the clock. If they go down now, it's essentially over. Inkjet comes out. They know they have to hold this. They've lost the Rainmaker immediately. They do get a spam. They've got to pop it and pick it up now. They have to pick this, but the GG Ray is up. They do have it, but we don't they're still doing it down. It's down. We go to match. I can't believe that.
The win by 1 point. 1 point. We will be going to game 3 on that 1 point.
We call it the GG Ray for a reason. It did exactly what it lives its name up to. Match 3 for the second time in a row today.
Oh my word. These sets though. Okay. And finishing on Clam Blitz. Snapper Canal, Clam Blitz.
You okay there, Zoe? I feel like you're you're going
so
through
much
a lot of
excitement.
stage.
Yeah, I'm still processing this. So many pushes, just back and forth, but weren't able to push that past that 35.
And they say day one doesn't have any hype moments. Please, if you are watching this on playback, you missed one heck of a show in live. But hey, we're glad we've got you regardless. But boy, howdy, this is exactly what you want to see. This is why Splatoon is such an amazing game to watch competitively, because you just never know how close it will end up being, and 1-point matches are always a joy to behold. Both of our teams are ready for Clam Blitz, Snapper. Oh my goodness me, I honestly don't know which way this is going to swing now.
Neither do I. But regardless, I am looking forward to this match and to see what each team brings out and what that's going to mean for how they push.
Bamboo. Okay. The bamboo is generally a go-to for TR31. You expect that at this point. The NZAP, the Pro, the brush is coming back on out, the Noir version to be specific. The squeeze are gonna come out this time as well. Oh, was it disconnect? Was it disconnect? No, it's not a disconnect. They just generally went down. They just went down. I saw the X and immediately feared.
Got a disconnect. We all oh my word. Though to be fair, you're quite right. That immediate of like a die on one side can normally mean a disconnect. So thankfully, not today, or not yet at least. And we don't want any disconnects. But oh my god.
I do apologize for that. I feel like we've all done that at some point. We've all done a derp, but it's okay because the match is going strong and the barrier is already down with some bubbles to boot.
Yes, but how many clams are Tomodachi going to be able to get in before they get pushed out? There's still 2, and the Stingray takes down one person, looking for another, but can't seem to find one on street, trying to push in, but Bias is having none of it.
None of it at all. Barrier back on up, so 65 to 100 knots. Well, I say not the best push, but knowing full well that this could end up being the only push in the game. We've seen Clam Blitz matches like that before, and they have been absolutely chased here by our wonderful Pro. They are taken down in the end, and they assist with a double as well. So you know TR31 means business there. It's only a matter of time before they begin a push of their own.
Just seem to be waiting like that armor, but end up one getting taken down inside 3 times! Okay, that's gonna be a push. That has to be a push.
I mean, obviously it is. And that's a jump, and that's a slam, and that's a lead. A triple for our wonderful kitchen gun, and they are gonna get the heck out of there. The brush also with the assist, catching somebody on the get-go, and they are easily past the halfway mark.
Yes, indeed, and they're still putting clams in. That's down to 24 now. That is a good lead. Do like to see it. But no, that's all down on the side of TR31, and that will be the end of that. How will they get out though? There's already that bamboo ready to push them back. They are currently trying to find their way out, but carefully. They don't want to start feeding at this point.
You're absolutely right there. And it was an odd decision to see the Stingray come out early. Inkbush quickly gets the heck out of there, saw somebody there and immediately got out there. Thankfully, they didn't get taken down there, so it at least means that they're still on the field. And they're going to rush straight back in. They've got baller prepped as well if they need it, and they quickly utilize it. That gets themselves out of there. Tries to get... Oh, they're going all the way in. They see the bubbled in for defense, and they sense an opportunity if they can quickly grab... Oh, they've lost the barrier on the other side! They were so aggressive, they didn't defend!
Yes, that is always a possibility with clams. People can be pushing while you're pushing, and it's just whoever gets there first. You have to be careful.
They are going to get the barrier break in the end, and they are actually going to get some more points. And guess what? It's the Inkbush again. They are going to lose the ball just before the explosion. That was timed to perfection, but they're still open here. Down to 12. Good 1v1 there from Savage, but I don't think they'll be able to take advantage of it. And that will be that 12 to 62 now, with just under a minute and a half to go.
White and leave. But as we've been constantly saying, as we've been constantly seeing, that does not mean anything at this point. There's still over a minute to go, and with clams, all it takes is a couple power clams.
Not wrong there. And the Stingray again coming out, but not really getting any purchase there as the Scooter drops on down, and that is a lot of pressure that TR31 are putting on the Tomodachi here. They break the barrier again. A power clam will end it if they can hit this in.
Have to be so careful, but it doesn't.
That's it. That's it. No, they missed. Oh, they missed. No. Oh my God, they got it to 2, and if that had gone in, that would have been game over, but it's a whiff. It's a whiff at the last possible moment. And now look at the clams. There's 29 clams on the side of Tomodachi. Don't tell me TR31 are going to be kicking themselves as this go through.
And in goes the power clam, but are they able to follow it up? That is the question, with 20 seconds left to go.
No, they didn't jump.
Not the time! No!
It's all going wrong in the final matchup of this set, but it looks like that is going to be it, or will it? It will be an overtime segment because the power clam is up.
But will they be able to utilize it? Very, very important.
Well, they're going to have to try. They have to move. They've got to move now. This defense from TR31 is on fire, and there's nothing they could do. They couldn't quite make it. And will that be it? No, it's not. The barrier breaks. It breaks. There's only 3 people left, and they've got to make it count. They're down to 15. They're down to 12, 9, 6. Oh my God, one more clam will win it. One more clam will win it for them. They've done it. They've done it.
What?
How has this happened? I can't believe that.
I don't understand. Hard.
TR31 had that match won, but they whiffed the power clam, and literally that would have won them the game, and instead they've lost the set by 2 points to 1.
Oh my word. Can I just mention, the last 2 sets have been won by whiff power clams. Because just the set just the set we finished, there was a whiff power clam as well that caused them to lose that game. Oh my word. Oh my word.
To say that TR31 are likely fuming at this point would be an understatement. But credit where credit's due to Tomodachi. They knew that if they could get a go there from that point on with the overtime, they got it in the nick of time, and they managed to find a way through. Oh my God, that match alone had everything. We had swimming, we had whiffed throws, and we had an overtime victory that came from nowhere.
Yes, and I'm not even sure exactly, but that felt like it was literally seconds from overtime ending. So, close as you can get.
So what we are now learning is that I feel like chat will probably be abusing the clip button significantly here, and I would not be surprised. So whilst you all go nuts with that, we're going to take a quick breather because we have had 2 intense sets here. When we come back, we've got 2 more sets still to bring you here at our Splatoon 2 Major SuperJump here at IPL. Don't go away.
Be seeing you soon.
Oh, welcome back everyone to SuperJump, our Splatoon 2 major here at IPL. Your girl TK, Layla and Zari coming at you once again with our next installment after two unbelievable sets that have gone the distance in more ways than one. We now go to O.F.B.O versus Paint. Oh my goodness, do you know anything about these two teams?
I can't say I know all that much. I can't say I do. But I am looking forward to learn what they are going to play like in the first game, which will be Splatoon Piranha.
Splatoon Piranha will be an interesting one. We got our trusty conveyor belts all lined up and ready to go. From what I can see, Pink Plus has Dio, Toons, Ali, and Ozzy on their side of the field. We've got Bamboos again, so we might see some more Bamboo shenanigans from last time out. Again, more Nautiluses, so it does seem to be a general consistent meta spread that a lot of people have. We've got some slosher potential picks in there as well. For O.F.B.O, top 1 division, 3 EBTV league. They're also second for Friday for Squid, which was back in 2012. That can't be 2017. That might be 17th of the 9th, which would be like last week if that's the case. Dates are weird, okay?
That's very true. But we are getting into this first game of the set, and after the games we've been playing, I am hyped.
I would not be surprised at that in the slightest. So Paint will be in the yellow, and that can't be right. I'm seeing all splooshes.
I'm seeing that too. I don't think it's a joint hallucination. I think this is real.
Well, I mean,
it does mean that they don't have very much range, which is going to be difficult against that Julie's and that Raptor Blaster there. But it does go with their name, I suppose. They are sticking with the theme.
I mean, they'll be a. I mean, to be fair, Splatoon is a condensed turf war, so it would kind of work. And you see the hammers already going absolutely wild, and they've already got themselves a splat on the board. Unfortunately, that one hit the pillar, and that's going to get them caught out by the Splat Junior as a result, who will quickly retake control of the zone. Which, by the way, in case you're new here, is double the zones, so double the fun.
Double the zones, double the fun. Always gotta make sure you get both of them. But it just looks like Paint aren't able to find their way in for long enough to get both zones. They really need to cap them, but it is quite difficult to do with that setup.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's only so much you can do with so little range, and that will be that. A quick KO on the side of O.F.B.O. They did concede 5 points, but I don't think they'll be batting an eyelid too much at that. They'll quickly take themselves into a KO against Paint Plus.
Very, very true. Safe to say, I don't think either of us were at all expecting that. This is quite the decision, but I'm up for it. I'm up for it to see if they're gonna do it for the second game, Tower Control Input.
Could you imagine they bring out all those solutions again? I mean, to be fair, the hammer would be a nice thing for the towers, but it would be. I mean, let me put this into perspective. There are definitely some teams out there who like to just come in and have fun, which is absolutely fine. We always recommend that. I think for the Squid League that happened very recently for Nintendo Players UK, we had Retro and the Kongs, and they were very much like just. They were there to have fun. Like, they were there to be somewhat competitive as well, but they were there to just have a laugh and just, do some lovely little team shenanigans. And we like to see that. We like to see some little bit of fun, a little bit of memes, especially, to be fair, after the 2 intense sets that we've had, a little bit of light comical relief is always nice. And to be fair, they definitely got some splats on their side, but just unfortunately going up against a very coordinated team like O.F.B.O, that short range unfortunately just completely goes away from you.
Yeah, it's gonna make it very, very difficult to have any kind of staying power. Getting those kills, very, very good on their side. It does show that they do know what they're doing with those weapons, but it can be just quite difficult to kind of get to mid and stay in mids if you're all squishes. But it does look like we are about to head into our next game of the set. So, as we said, Tower Control, Inkblot, and depending on if this is going to be Splooshes again or not, this might be a longer game. I'm not sure.
You never know. It's like the first match is like, what don't come out of a proper competitive setup this time around? You just never know. In either case, Paint will be in the green this time around, and their comp will be, that's a little bit more like it. Nautilus is going to come out as well. So yeah, I had a feeling that would be the case. So they came out with all Splooshes, now they've got a Nautilus, Splat Junior, Curse of Dually Scorches, and they've got a Neo Splash as well. And we've also got that scope on the side for Flecko for O.F.B.O. And already they are in the thick of it. The Squash Machine is going to go down there and then. So a good start here.
That's already 2 down on the side of O.F.B.O. They might have gotten a little bit complacent after that first game. We'll have to see. But that's going to be the first push coming out on the side of King. Who are just pushing up, just pushing O.F.B.O. back into their spawn, which is making this so much easier for them to just ride that hard through these checkpoints.
Yeah, they're already at the second. Yeah, I was going to say they're already at the second checkpoint, and they are quickly retreating. They've got it all the way down to 37 from that first push alone, and something tells me, yeah, a very different matchup than we saw in the previous match.
Yes, indeed. But O.F.B.O. still can't really get out of their base. At least not very far at the moment. I've got this the wrong way around. I meant Paint can't get out of their base. But yeah, O.F.B.O. coming back with that push to the checkpoint. And through. Wait, I got this wrong again. No, I haven't. Yes. So, Paint, they're trying to continue their pushing in, but someone died off the tower, so this doesn't look like they're going to get that push, at least not right now.
The Inkjet going to come out up as well. It's trying to force a lot of them away, but that Charger says no, but the Inkjet still gets them anyway. Because the Dually Scorch is on hand to just be an absolute nuisance on their side of the field. That's going to be a 2-on-1, and that is going to immediately force them away. The tower is still moving all the way up and towards the ramp, but it looks like it might be stopped here for the time being. No, it is still going strong. So this lead could get even bigger here for Paint if they're not careful. And again, with 2 down, that's exactly what's going to happen. That's going to get all the way to the final checkpoint. No, it's not. It's a wipe.
No,
never mind.
No, it's a wipe. Of course. Of course. I think that's what they call the caster's curse. Say something and then immediately the opposite happens. I've had that happen to me a number of times.
I've been in enough different games to know that happens regularly.
Oh my word. And O.F.B.O. now with their trying to get their own push, but are they going to be able to get to that checkpoint? Paint is just trying to pose issues, but not enough people are down on the side of O.F.B.O. to really let them through.
And that's a good spot with the Inkjet as well. That'll take them past the second checkpoint, and this could be the turnaround that O.F.B.O. were looking for. It could be indeed a lead. One more point. Oh, they slipped off the top, but that's okay. That's fine. They got the lead. They're keeping us on their toes at this point, but they've got the player advantage, and that's going to be checkpoint done.
Yep. This is not looking good for Paint. They really need to get them off that tower. And are they going to be able to? No, that'll be the KO. And that'll be set.
Yeah, that will indeed be set. Yeah, O.F.B.O. will win this set by 2 points to 0. Very back and forth matchup there. Paint definitely came out the block swinging big time that time round. But it is going to be O.F.B.O. who bring it back to take this by 2 points to 0 in the end. I tell you what, Paint were not wanting to make that as quick as possible. They really stalled that out for a long time. Had some really good pushes in there as well, able to get all the way forward and just couldn't quite seal it.
Yep. And sadly, when O.F.B.O. actually got that momentum going and were rolling through those checkpoints, Paint just couldn't get them off. Couldn't get them off that tower, couldn't get them out of their spawn. It just wasn't quite enough for them. So And that will mean that we have finished our third set.
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, it feels weird saying that we finished our third set at 2-0. But again, that second match really could have gone either way. Both teams were incredibly closely matched. I mean, you know, they memed on the first game, but unfortunately that second game really bit them in the backside. But that's absolutely fine. That is just how it be. And with that being said, we're going to take another quick little break as we get ourselves set and ready to go for our 8th match of the session. It'll be our final one between us two as well. So please do not go away. Keep yourselves posted here at IPL Splatoon 2 Major SuperJump when we return.
We'll be back soon.
And we are back for SuperJump. Our wonderful little Splatoon 2 major. I really say little. Little is an understatement. It is massive here. We are into our 8th and final matchup of the stream today. And it is gonna be a spicy one. Konton versus Summit. Your girl Tika Layla. And of course Zoe with me as well. Are you looking forward to this as much as I am?
Oh, very much, very much. This is going to be a very interesting set to see. From what I understand, Konton is the lower end of the Alpha bracket, while Summit is like right at the top of the Bravo bracket. Beta bracket.
It began with B. You were close.
Yeah,
You're fine.
so close. So close.
And to be fair, in the lobbies you have Alpha and Bravo, so it's fine.
But yes, the beta bracket. So these are two teams that are quite close in skill, and we will hopefully be seeing some matches like we had earlier, which you know we love.
No, absolutely, and especially when you consider the fact that when we've seen both of these two teams, we know what they're capable of. We know Summit, they did win. They won SOS 40, so that already tells you that they've pretty much got a decent achievement under their belt. Especially considering the fact that Summit was formed in June, if I remember correctly. So yeah, they have been hitting the gates swinging. And especially when you consider that in that team, you've got Leo, who won Low Ink, Havoc won Squid Junction, and Q has founded SDL and also been a full member of a lot of different teams. So you know the experience is there as we go into Rainmaker, and it's time for Forge Fitness.
It is indeed. And straight off the bat, we've got a Tenderbrella and versus a Blob Lover. Okay. And obviously we've been seeing plenty of the Nautilus today and Zaps, etc. But I wasn't expecting the Blob, though it can work very well for popping that Rainmaker shield, as you just saw.
Yeah, it's a devastating tool to be reckoned with, and you also don't want to be caught out in one of those 1v1 sessions, especially in that tight little corridor area as well, and it's already going to be the push on the side of Summit, who are looking to go and end this early. They're already up there into 22. They finally get knocked on down. The rest of the team are there, and this could still be a winnable position for them with the Inkjet still going.
And they push it to end. They're still there. They're still trying so hard to just get this knockout early. Just have it over and done with, on to the next game. But we're going to have to see it. They're going to have to chase after that Rainmaker though, as Mario is already halfway across the field.
Yeah, in fact, they're the only ones there, and I don't think anybody is here. I don't think anybody is here at all. This is a very quick counter surge, and they're already down past the halfway mark. This Rainmaker match has already got back and forth. They're up to 20 and finally get stopped. What a very quick counter rush that was. I think the entirety of Konton will go down here, but oh my goodness me, we're starting off quick, my friends.
Yes, indeed. And we definitely love to see games like this with Rainmaker, where it can be so close to being like on the goal when straight away the other team pushes it the whole way back to the other team's goal. Love to see it.
This is great already. They'll drop down and win the 1v1. Can they stop the Rainmaker at this stage? Not quite. Oh, the rest of the team can, and that is a wipe. So yeah, ask and you shall receive. And it'll now be Konton who makes a beeline for it looks like the right-hand side of the stage.
Yes, indeed. But so do Summit. They are ready and waiting for Konton to turn around that corner.
A really good hold so far, 20-8. They've got a 12-point gap essentially. We've still got the second half of this match to play yet. All of the specials being dropped as well, and they've dropped off the map. They've fallen off the map. No, where are you going?
That's a very good question. Don't think anyone knows.
Oh no! It's been a while since I've seen someone just slip through the through the wall in this thing.
And that will also be a reset. Should mention, but straight away, that's one down on the side of Summit. And Konton get that Rainmaker again, ready for their next push.
Yeah, crucially, they've got the respawn up quite quickly, and the Slosher is down as well. Here comes the Ultra Stamp too, our good old Squeaky Hammer friend. Quickly yeets that away, but not going to catch anybody this time around. The wonderful wall from the tent will give them some little support, and you can see they're pushing once again. Well held and well played from Summit. They'll drop their specials, force Carlos into the corner, and that will be that. Rainmaker down once again, and it stays at 20-8.
It is just proving incredibly difficult for Konton to get around that corner and to get up that ramp. They, yet again, still at that 20-8 lead in the favor of Summit. But all to play for, still just under a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, Umbra goes down, unfortunately got a little too close to some, but they'll get a trade from Q at the very least. Who quickly just off arm back, forced back by the tank actually, and does get caught down. Ultra Stamp is set and ready to go. This might be another push coming, and it is another push coming.
Konton is ready and pushing, looking for that lead, looking for maybe even a knockout.
Yeah, this will be more points of that. There is no doubt. The 10 is all the way up in spawn. And the Rainmaker is still being forced into this ramp area. Ultra Stamp comes out but can't get the 1v1. Quickly tries to go back for support. Gets the splat. They're going to take the lead. Almost 2 points away, but it's a wipe. It's a wipe. Crucially, Summit stopped it in the nick of time.
And I think what really pushed that over was the missiles. The missiles came down on a whole bunch of them in one place, and that was what took them down. Very important to know. Oh my word. Konton is there with the Rainmaker though, trying to make sure that Summit can't get a push of their own and make that lead any wider.
Yeah, well, this will be the last push of the game. They have Rainmaker and they had to quickly take evasive action. That's the worst case scenario for them.
That is so bad. Rainmaker on their own. Not the situation you've won. Not in overtime.
Yeah, they're being forced all the way back into their own base as well, and that will be that. They will take the win there. Summit will hold on for dear life. A 10-8 score, but they crucially take the first point.
Yes, indeed. What a back and forth game. But Konton just could not get to the 8 or, well, technically 7 they would need to surpass that lead that Summit got quite early on. What a start! What a start!
You gotta love that. It was a really good, well-placed splat grenade there right towards the end. It just completely split the team up, and obviously once you start going backwards, not only are you getting put on the pressure by the opposing team, but especially with Rainmaker, it will tag you as retreating, and it will start to dock you that little bit of time if you continue to stay in that kind of territory. So it's a really tough pill to swallow for them, but it is not over yet. We go to Clamblitz Piranha Pit. Not quite the Splat Zone match that we saw earlier, but this is going to be even more frantic, I think.
Yes. Clamblitz turns Piranha into quite a long map where a lot of other modes you play around the center. So we're just going to have to see what that means for both teams and how they play it as we get into this next match.
Very spicy one here as we get ourselves the Clam Blitz action. It's going to be Konton in the orange. They're going to come out with the Bamboozler and that tent return. But there's a bamboo on the other side of the field as well.
And we've still got that Bloblobber. So just looking like they're fighting for mid right now. No one's going down as of yet, but they're both being careful, and there goes the Rapid on the side of Summit. And that's 2 down on the side of Summit. This is very quickly turning into not something they wanted to.
Yeah, and after missiles down as well, they're going to get traded out in the end, but I think that is going to be enough damage to get that power slam and break the barrier.
Yep, Konton starting strong, already down to 62. Can they get any more in the basket? Does Dennis even have any more clams? Very well done at protecting this.
Yeah, I was going to say a double splat despite the fact that he didn't have any clams, so that still bodes well for them, and the bamboo is going to come up as well and pincer the heck out of them. And this could be a very quick counter push right back out there. The Booyah Bomb hits the barrier. They don't have a power clam ready, they do now. but crucially, I think the defense is now there. Now, well, Summit will have to just bide their time and try to find a way of getting themselves back into this matchup, because already Konton started much more aggressively than they did.
Exactly. We're seeing a lot more aggression from their side, and it is doing them well. That's Sparklam just trying to find their way in, but they have to be careful, especially against those missiles, and they know there's at least one, if not two people over there waiting.
Booyah Bomb comes up. This could be another chance to go for the break, but unfortunately the barrier didn't break in time, and that's pretty much everybody down. And that is a lot of control that they've just conceded. It's just the 10 who now has to wait for the rest of their team to come back on in, and that's 2 power clamps now that are come charging their way.
That is dangerous for Konton and that lead. All it would take is 2 power clamps to lose them, in fact. But we just have to see. It looks like they're going to get it in. Especially if they do those jumps. But they do lose a power clamp along the way. Are they able to? It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get back to it, though. And neither of them have clamps either.
The worst part there was that League had 2 clowns within touching distance, but the conveyor belt kept pulling them away from it. They just couldn't. They did not have the turf control to be able to get back up there. So at the end, they just gave up and went back to base, which I don't blame, because there's nothing you can do in that situation.
Yes, indeed. It's better to stay alive than to just lose your life, have to respawn, and not even get the clamps that you need. So very much a better idea in what they were dealing with there. Going on the side of Konton. What was one? No, it's true. A lot is happening very quickly. People are dying. That's what you need to know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they picked up the power clamp the worst possible time. They spawned it and the blow lobber was there, and it's like, well, there's nothing you can do about it now. You're just gonna have to accept your splatastic fate. And as we go into that second half, we've got just under 2 minutes left to go. 62-80 is not a comfortable scoreline, but hey, the barrier hasn't been broken in ages now.
These are, you definitely see these kind of games where there's either the back and forth, no points practically, or you see the ones where they're sitting down at 20, and it's just, they're both incredibly close types of games that you get to see with Bandits. But this looks like Konton is going to try and get another push in.
Oh yeah. That double splat absolutely did it, and with that is the halfway mark done and dusted. Just about a minute left to go, but will we even need the minute? 25 points is all that is needed to get that through, but I think that will be the push done and dusted, especially with another splat at their disposal. So with 1 minute to go, it is 25-80, and Summit, well, if they don't want to take this to a match free, they have got to find a way to push through now, sooner rather than later.
Yes, they have a lot of work to be doing. Still got time for it, but a lot of work. At least they do have those 2 power clamps. We'll just have to see if it can work better for them this time. Just need to get in with it. And that's 1 power clamp down, and kind of far away from where they want it to be. And it doesn't matter anyway, because Konton just flushes Summit back out again.
Yeah, that was pretty much a wipe, and that was a given from the get-go. They took 1 down, the splatling was uncontested, and there was nothing that Summit could do in that exchange except just force the barrier break. They do have a power clamp on their side, so they will activate overtime as long as it stands. So it all comes down to Konton's defense at this stage, and unfortunately, that was 2 players down already for Summit. So it looks like this might just be it. Match 3 will probably be coming up, especially with the power clamp being taken down here, and that will be that.
Very, very interesting. Yes, Summit just not able to get any kind of momentum with the clams and their pushes. They always started it with a lot of clams and a lot of possibilities, but just couldn't get anything beyond the single clam to open the basket in, which just ended up meaning that they didn't get very much out of either of the pushes they got going.
And with that, it is unfortunate, but with that being said, it means that for the 3rd time in our rotation, we are going to match 3. And of course, we end it on Splat Zone's Anchovy Games.
Yes, indeed. We've been seeing a decent bit of Anchovy. in the games we've been seeing earlier. I think it was a Tar Control. We saw Tar Control earlier, but Splatoon's quite different. A lot more stationary. I'm not quite sure what I expect from both of these teams, actually. Probably still the blob. You could do a lot of damage with a tent, though, on a zone, but not one with like a block in the middle as such. So who knows?
And you also have to weigh in the fact that you've also got those, the fan elevations of those platforms. So there's a lot of like high ground, low ground, back and forth shenanigans that will be at play here. So you'll want something that has the decent turf, but you also want to be able to win out these 1v1s as well from both range and up close. So it's going to be an interesting combination that both of these two teams will bring to the table. But crucially, this is our third and final matchup of this best of 3. It will be Konton in the blue. And what will they be bringing to the table this time around? It will be the tent is back, so too is the bamboo. The Splash-O-Matic is there as well. And in fact, yeah, the blow lobber again for confusion. So yeah, it's pretty much as you were, and another bamboo duel awaits.
Yes, indeed, and you do love to see those. It does. They're just trying to fight for a minute at the moment, trying to get the upper hand and not die for it. And first one to take control is Konton, but not for very long. Ooh, and they lose the tent in the process. They're gonna have to be slightly more careful about that. And Summit just pushing them back, taking every opportunity to try and lengthen this lead if possible.
Yeah, if you can get it down to past the halfway mark, that will be a good push, especially having conceded it initially. But again, they won't mind too much. And again, you see that ink power there all the way on the opposing side. A lot of explosions in their favor. And again, you see both of their players unfortunately going on down. This will give them a chance to try and retake control of this zone, and Konton doing exactly that. They will apply the penalty points. And with 4 minutes to go, it's still a long way to go from here. But that was what they needed.
Yes, indeed. But it doesn't look like it's going to be very easy for them to keep it, especially with that blob lobber when they were given that extra pressure to the zone. But those missiles will push them back.
Well, that actually is very close to that 41, but that is going to be another good splat. Really helped out. It would be a last second switch if it were the case, but no, Summit do manage to find a way of keeping control for the time being. They'll now start rinsing through those penalty points. Now they're just trying to find a way to get themselves back and forth, but I think they know they cannot afford to concede the high ground anytime soon. They'll help on to the elevation. Now they'll drop one down, go to the 1v1, gets the 1v1, not able to get the splash down though.
Yes, so close to getting that that double, but just couldn't quite kill that splash down. It is still in Summit's favor though. Never mind.
Now it's your turn for the commentator's curse. It just had to happen, didn't it? So yeah,
but especially in a game like this, straight back over to Konton and then straight back over to Summit.
Yeah,
whose zone is this? We don't know. They don't know.
Yeah, understand it's not going to get anyone either, but yeah, this is why you always get off the zone when missiles are coming, because they just spread out so quickly. And a good direct with the blow lobber, able to get the read on that. And that will again try to keep this in green territory, but it's Kevin away from them again here. Will they take control? We feel like the answer is yes, but they just can't seal it. They can't seem to seal the deal, and it's back on the blue.
Yep, back to Konton, but you would think the bomber should give back. Yep, back to Summit.
Slide out a little bit more penalties on there, and the tent does have special set and ready to go, but crucially it's the bamboo that goes on down. In fact, both bamboos are down. Blue taking control back again, and this is such a back and forth splat zone match. We've still got just under 2 minutes of this yet, and then this one is 20 points, but you wouldn't figure how close this keeps going.
Yes, they never get anywhere near the actual points. It's all penalty. All penalty. Because they can never hold it either side for long enough. But it is looking like Summit might actually be able to start chipping away, and they do.
But only by 2 points!
Never mind!
This is exactly how you want to finish.
Yes.
This is exactly how you want to finish a block in this rotation. 39-61 now as we enter the final minute of this matchup. Bamboo quickly turfing as much ink as they can do. Has to avoid the missiles, and the tent is on that zone and just inks away. Maybe swinging back control again if they're not careful. The bomb rush might be pinging on in, but somehow Summit are hanging on in there.
As I said, whose zone is this? We don't know. They don't know. Might be Konton's for a little bit, but probably not for long. Not with those missiles.
Yeah, missiles just raining on in the corner, and it takes control again, and we got O.F.B.O again hitting on up onto the elevation, trying to force them out of there, realizing the 2v1 position is coming, and well, this is a very, very bad position for them to be in. They're gonna have a player down, back under control of Konton. 20 seconds left on the clock, but the gap is that little bit longer to think through, and they crucially maintain it. They maintain it,
and they're finally able to start chipping down those points. But in the last 10 seconds, it doesn't look like they're able to actually keep it for much longer. Oh my god, and that's 3-9 on the side of Summit. This might be it. This might be the upset. This might be...
Konton
they can keep it. Can they keep it?
Hang on for dear alive. They're down to 45. They got 3-3 here. It is incredibly close, but I think they've got this. I think they've got this. They have got this. They take the lead in overtime, and Konton win it by 2 points to 1. What an end to this set.
What a set. What a set. What a set. Okay. Yes, it really looked very strong in Summit's direction most of that game. They were sitting on quite the lead in comparison, but Konton just needed that one opportunity at the end. One opportunity to just take that set right in overtime.
Yeah, if that last second control that Summit did happened in overtime, that would have been it. That would have been game over. They would have had it, but unfortunately it happened about 2 to 3 seconds before overtime started, and Konton retook control in the blink of an eye, and that is what sent us into overtime. And well, it is never over until it's over, and you think Clamlet's overtime is stressful to watch. Splat Zone's overtime, when it's about a 30-point gap between the two, by goodness me, it can't get more intense than that.
You're quite right. You are quite right. But as I was saying, what a way to end our commentating today. Our 4 rounds even. Oh my word. With a comeback in overtime between these two teams.
It's everything you could wish for and then some. Not just from any esport competition, but from Splatoon 2 in general. And obviously, a massive shout out must go to our casters before us. We had Strange Crocs and we had Shatter, both coming in with those first 4 matches of the day. Obviously, you have myself, TK_Layla. You can find me at TK_Layla pretty much everywhere. I do a lot of VTubing goodness if you like that, and I'm a very chaotic being. What about you? Where can people find you?
Well, they can find me on SPL Zarani on Twitter, or just Zarani on Twitch. I am a streamer. So yes, and I do commentate. I try to commentate when I get some time in the Splatoon circuit. So yeah.
And I love the fact that I got to cast with you today. It has been a lot of
fun to cast with you. I always love it. It's so good.
Thank you very much for that. We will be back later at 3 p.m. EST. That's 8 p.m. for anybody who is in the UK. For wave number 2, we've got 4 amazing casters coming at you for that wave. We've got Kyle, we've got Rissa, Popgun, and Magic 8-Ball. I said Popgun, not gun. I have no idea why my mind did that. It's been an intense 4 sets, okay? I think you'll forgive me for the slip there. So sorry about that, Popgun. I do apologize for that. But no, we will be back for wave B at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you look forward to it. Until then, please take good care of yourselves. Make sure to follow IPL on all of their social media outlets, and be back here in a couple hours' time when we resume our SuperJump Splatoon 2 Major. Thank you very much, my friends, and stay fresh.
You do not want to miss this. Bye!